Hey yogis, one question that's commonly asked in meditation retreats and seminars is, hey Guru, I've been practicing your meditation techniques and I feel amazing, I feel clear, I feel almost enlightened. But the problem is when I leave this retreat or setting, I tend to lose all the benefits that I gained through this practice. Why is that? So in order to answer that, I have this quote by Milarepa, who was a very popular 12th century poet and yogi. And he says, in the beginning, nothing comes. In the middle, nothing stays. And in the end, nothing goes. So this quote can mean a lot of different things, but I'm going to use an analogy for meditation because that's what I'm assuming he's talking about here. And what this means is that in the beginning of your meditation practice, it seems like nothing ever comes. So you'll be sitting, you might be telling your friends and family that, hey, I'm a meditator now, I've just started this meditation practice, and you sit for, let's just say, half an hour to an hour a day, and you really find that you don't feel any benefits of the practice yet. And that's because you're just starting to learn the skill of meditation, just like any other thing really, just like going to the gym, for example. During the first month, you could be hitting the gym hard every month, but you still technically look the same as you did when you first started. So there's no real changes that you observe. And then what happens is, as you continue to practice and meditate longer, or even go to the gym longer in this example, you start to notice some benefits. So in the example of meditation, you'll notice that during your sittings, now you're able to focus for longer, you're able to find the sense of calm. But the problem is that in this stage, nothing stays. So although that you feel all these benefits, after you're sitting, you tend to lose it all. So for example, if you're living with your parents, for example, and you are very calm and peaceful and you meditate during that little session, and then afterwards they pick a fight with you and you just lose all that calm that you gained. This is an example of the middle stage of nothing really stays. Then as you've been working on your skills and you've been meditating longer and you've really committed to this practice and have really been putting hours and hours of meditation time in, you'll kind of hit towards the end of the stage where in the end, nothing goes. So this is where where your meditation practice actually becomes a part of who you are, and the same qualities that you feel during your meditation will actually stay and stick with you. And they've actually done a lot of brain scans of long-term meditators who have over 10,000 hours of lifetime practice. And they've even studied meditators who have, up to 62,000 hours of meditation hours. So definitely a lot. That equals to, I believe, 12 hours a day for, I think, almost 20 years or so, or 12 years. So that's a really long time to sit. And they found that for long-term meditators, people who have been doing it for a while, the same effect, there's no difference between their meditation and their daily life. So the same effect that you would feel through an hour long of sitting is what they feel like just doing groceries, filling gas, just walking around. And this is known as an altered trait. So this is something that has now become a part of their identity almost, and there's no difference between their sitting life and their non-sitting life. So going back to this seminar type of environment where a beginner meditator comes in and he's saying, hey, nothing's really sticking, or maybe he's in the middle where he says, hey, I'm finally now noticing some benefits, but it's not really staying. You can now notice that the teachers are in a different stage, so they don't really empathize with them because they are technically in that state of, in the end, nothing goes. So they're now, the teachers are an advanced meditator, and they're in their state where if they took a week off for meditation or even a month off for meditation, nothing really changes. And this is because they've put in the work of continuous meditation. So if they took an extended break, they could come back in and they wouldn't know a difference. And if a beginner meditator tried to do that, for example, and just took a week off and tried to meditate again, they'll notice that they have a very hard time trying to control their mind. And this is very similar to other skills. So I used the gym example earlier. If an experienced weightlifter took a week off from hitting the gym, he could still come back in. Maybe he won't hit the same type of weights he did, but he could still hit some very impressive weights that a beginner would really struggle with. So it's the same with most things. So the very high ideals of meditation and spirituality, where they say that the oneness is, within you, you don't have to try and all of that. It's actually coming from advanced meditators who have put in hours and hours and hours of meditation in for several decades. So to them, meditation is just a part of who they are. But if you're not there yet, that's, totally fine. And I'm hoping you can use this quote to inspire you to continue your meditation practice, but also to see where you are along this practice. So if you're finding that you're meditating, but you're not really noticing the benefits, it could mean that you're in the beginning stages of your meditation journey. And if you're finding that you are meditating, but the effects that you feel in meditation and the benefits only last during your sitting, or maybe an hour or two past your sitting before you lose it, that probably means you're in the middle stage. And if you've been meditating for a while and you just feel that you don't really need to put that much effort and you can just sit, and meditation kind of, is who you are, that could indicate that you were towards the end of your journey. And keep in mind, no one really just, wakes up one day completely enlightened. All the awakened teachers that you know of, such as, the Buddha or Adyashanti or Muji, they've all put in hours and hours of practice before they came to a realization where, meditation is very easy. So no one really just wakes up the next day and becomes enlightened. I mean, it has happened, but those cases are very rare. So usually you need to build up some sort of practice before you can experience the benefits of the meditation sitting. So I hope this helps you, and feel free to reach out if you have any suggestions for future topics. Thank you.